Hey there, boys and girls. It's Miss Szymanski again, and this time we're doing something a little bit different. I'm not reading you a story. I'm not going over letters. This time we're going to review math. So you will remember, boys and girls, what is this? Can you tell? It's a 10 frame. We counted in 10 frames a lot when we would do our calendar. So let's just prove it that this is in fact a 10 frame. We've got 10 different counters. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 in here. So if I've got 10 counters in here and I have another one exactly the same that's down here, let's think, how many can I fit in this 10 frame? Well, it is in the name 10. So here we know that just by looking at this, it's all filled in. We know we have 10 pieces. So that's the first number that we're going to start with. So I'm going to write the number 10. All right, so I'm going to write it. I'm going to spell it out, actually, the word first. So here I'm going to write it. And it starts with a t, t, t. It always starts with a T. And remember, I started at the top, went down, crossed it. So t, ah, ah. So that's an E, t, N. So this is how we write the number 10 out in word form. So here we have 10. And now I'm going to write the number 10. So when we write the number 10, I know most of you remember, boys and girls. Again, this is just going to be a review. We're going to start with a 1 and a 0. So here we have the number 10. We have 10 filled in our 10 frame, the number 10. And here we wrote the number 10, just like this. 1 and 0, 10, 10, 10. I'm going to grab one more thing and show you as well another way that we can represent 10. Just give me 1 second. So I actually came up with two different ways, boys and girls, two more ways we can represent the number 10. So this, we have cubes, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cubes. 10 cubes, this is also known as a 10 bar or a tens rod. That's something else. And one other way we can represent 10 is with money. So this is a dime. It's a practice dime. A dime is worth 10 cents. So if we had 10 pennies, that would also be worth 10. So it's another way to represent the number 10. So I'm going to add those to how our counting into our math lesson for today. So number 10. And the next one, after 10, what do you think we're going to do? Let's see. Give me a moment. Okay, so we just made 10, and now the number that comes after 10 is 11. So what we're going to do is we're not going to count the whole thing from 10. We're just going to count on from 10. So we know we have 10, and we're going to add one more counter. So we're going to show what that looks like using 10 frames. So we've got 10, 11. So now we have the number 11. When we write the number 11, it's going to be 1, 1. So when we write it in a number form, that's how we write it, is two ones together. 1 by itself, and then we have 1, 10. So that's what this means, okay? And here's how we write it in word form. So now we're going to write it in a word. Make sure my counters are out of the way. So now we have the number 11, okay? So also, again, with our counting, because we've got our 10 frame, our number 11, we got our counters in our 10 frame, we've got our 10 rod, and we have our dime. So here's how we're going to make 11 using our 10 frame. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Sharp doing things one-handed. Using our 10 frame and using our money as well. Give me a second. Okay, so here's another way that we can make the number 11. So we've got 10, 11. Now, we also have our dime right here. I've got our dime. I'm going to add a penny to it. So now we have 10, 11. Here we have our 10 rod. So we know that this is 10. I'm going to add another cube. And now we have 11. So here we have number, what number is this? 11. That's right. That's how we read this number. That's how we read all of this. We're reading it as the number 11. So what number is going to come next? What do you think? I think so if we count 10, 11, next is going to be 12. So I'm going to add another counter to our 10 frame. It's a little disorienting. Okay, so now we have 12. I'm going to take this one away because we don't have 1 10 or 1 1 here anymore. Now we have how many ones? 1, 2. So that's what we're going to write here. We're going to put 2 here. And with our 1, so now we have 1 10, 2 1s, so we have the number 12. And I'm going to write the number 12. So let's see. We know that it's going to start with the letter T. T. And next we're going to do w. That's a W. Let's see what we hear. I hear an E. And let's see. I hear an L. Then I'm going to have a V. So there's our V, 12. Now it sounds like we're done, but we're not. We actually have one letter missing. It's our silent E. It's all, we don't hear it. It just sits there and hangs out with the rest. So now we have 12, 12, 12. Now, in order to make our money say 12, say that we have 12 cents, I have to get another penny out. So let me do that. Here we have it. So now we have another penny. 10, 11, 12 cents. That's what that means. And here we have our 10. We've got our rod. So that's 10, 11. And we need another cube. We're going to add our cube. Okay, so now we have 2 cubes. So this also says 12. All right, so after 12, what number is going to come next? Okay, let's count it. We know we've got 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is going to come next. So we're going to take another of our counters and we're going to put it in our tens frame. So we've got 10, 11, 12, 13. If we just look at this 10 frame down here, we can see that we have how many ones? 1, 2, 3. So when we go back over to our number that we've written, we're going to erase our 2. We don't have 2 ones anymore. Now we have 1, 2, 3 ones. Okay, and now I've written the number 13. This no longer says 13. This says 12 still. So we're going to get rid of that. Here we go. We're going to get rid of that. All right, and here, now we're going to talk about something that we haven't really talked about yet. When we spell 13, that T sound, well, actually it's TH together makes the th sound. Okay, like in thing, 13. So TH, now we need an I, Rosie Rat, there's our R, We're going to use our Tammy Toad for E to our T, and then we have een. So we hear the E. E, we need another E. Spells it together, 13. There's our N sound for Nellie Newt, 13. Okay, so we've got 10, 11, 12, 13. 13, 13. We're going to make our money say 13 cents. Right now it just says 12, so we're going to add another penny to that. So here we've got it. We've got 10, 11, 12, 13 cents. And we've got our 10 bar. We're going to add, let's see, we got 10, 10, 11, 12. One more is going to make 13 again. So we have all these different ways of making 13 and of reading 13. Because looking at this and knowing, okay, so this is 10, 11, 12, 13, that's reading it. Knowing that 10 cents, that a dime is worth 10, and then if you add 3 more pennies, that's another way of saying 13 cents. It's another way of reading 13. Just like this is the word form, this is the number form, and here we have our tens. All right, so good job. So after 13, we're going to have what number? So we've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 is going to be our next counter. We're going to put that right there in our 10 frame. Okay, so again, I got to get rid of this 3 Gotta get rid of this 3 because I only have 4 ones now. So this is my 1 space. So I'm going to put 4 here. In fact, I'm going to write that under here. This is my 1 space, okay? And if we look again, we have 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a complete 10. So we have 1 10. So here's our 10s, here's our 1s. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to change this. We're going to keep the teen part because our next number is 14. Teen. So now we're going to start with our 4. We're going to write the number 4. We're going to stick it in front of our 14. So we're going to start it with an F. And here's how we write the number 4. F, O, U. I'm going to squeeze in that R. R. 14. You can hear the number 4 in it. Okay, so now we have our 10 frames that say 14. The number says 14. We have 1 10, 4 ones, 14. And now I'm going to add my pennies too. I'm going to add another penny so that I'll have 14 cents here. So here we have it. We got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 cents, 1 dime, 4 pennies. I'm going to add another cube. And here we have 14. Okay, so it's another way to make 14. All right. So after 14, boys and girls, we're going to make the number 15. So let's see. Let's make sure we got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's right. We're going to take another counter, put it in there. Okay, so we've got 14. All right, so again, I have 5 ones now. I got to get rid of this 4. Got to get rid of this 4. All right, so I'm going to make this a 5. There we go, 5 ones. This is not 14 anymore. We're going to keep our teen still. So we know with that 110, that's what it means. Teen means tens. Okay, and we have 110 completely filled in. So now I'm going to make my 15. All right, that's our Frankie fish sound. So we're going to start with an F. Iggy iguana. Another Frankie fish. 15. F-I-F-T-E-E-N. 15. All right, we got our 110. Our 110. And our 5 ones. We're going to make our money say 5 ones as well. Put my marker down. Go get another coin. And here we've got it. All right. So here we have it. We got our dime, 10 cents, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And here we have our 10 frame. We got our 10 rod, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm about to add our last one. Here we have number 15. Okay. So here are, once again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways that we are making the numbers 15. All right, boys and girls, Miss Szymanski is going to stop right there today. Tomorrow, we're going to do numbers 16 through 20. So I will talk to you again real soon. Bye.